Thank you, Bulavinaka, and good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great pleasure as the Assistant Minister for Agriculture to be invited to open this land care preparedness and long-term planning workshop with the main aim of strengthening partnerships for the sustainable management of land resources in Fiji. I am aware that this workshop will be jointly organized by Ministry of Agriculture and Ethiopia Affairs Board. On behalf of the Government of Fiji, I extend a warm welcome to you participants and special welcome to our colleagues from Ethiopia Affairs Board who are also here today, and not forgetting facilitators who will be taking turns to broaden our knowledge on this concept. This 4 days workshop aimed to discuss on how we could strengthen partnership both at national and local level to manage our land sustainably through the introduction and adaptation of the land care concept. Traditional land use in Fiji is undergoing very rapid changes. This transformation is mainly due to the new opportunities for land use afforded by an expansion of the market economy such as hotel developments, mining, and urban housing. The expansion of commercial cropping and forestry into marginal lands, cropping on fragile soils without conservation measures in place, deforestation through uncontrolled logging and burning of grassland are causes of land degradation, lower crop and pasture yields, and growing food insecurity and rural poverty. Today it is clearly noted that the unsustainable land use in agriculture and forestry, which escalate land degradation impacts in Fiji. Land degradation is currently addressed in a sectoral and headache basis, but should be tackled in a participatory and holistic manner to reduce or minimize its effects. The effects of natural phenomena such as the El Nino and La Nina conditions have disrupted local weather patterns, leading to water shortages on one extreme and increased frequency of flooding on the other. Water use, as it relates to land use and agriculture, must always be seen as part of the holistic continuum, and from the mountains to the fringing reef ecosystems and everywhere in between. This is because unsustainable land clearing in the forest areas in the mountains have direct negative impacts on the nearby freshwater ecosystem and the offshore reef ecosystems. Damage to a reef ecosystem can mean reduced seafood for a villager depending on the reef. It can also harm the burgeoning tourism industry of sub-region or country. While both personal property decisions and government policies on land and water usage are the purview of individuals, communities and government agencies, there is much said for long, comprehensive planning that can eliminate potential land use options and potential impacts on land, water, and other economic resources. Here in Fiji, we need to embrace the sustainable development through a holistic approach, such as ecosystem-based management. This approach must address interactions amongst land resources, water, air, bio, and human activities in order to meet the priority challenges of desertification and land degradation, deforestation, climate change, to name a few. Fiji, like most developing countries, face the crucial issues of how to sustainably use and manage their scarce natural resources. Most of the Pacific Island countries were fully supportive and have committed themselves to the principles of United Nations Conference on the Environment and Development held in Rio de Janeiro in 1992, which was fully embedded in Agenda 21. The outcome of the Agenda 21 was realized in the formulation of the 3 conventions, namely the United Nations Framework Convention for Climate Change, United Nations Convention for Biodiversity, and the United Nations Convention to combat desertification and land degradation. They are also committed to the internationally agreed Sustainable Development Goals, where poverty eradication is the greatest challenge facing the world today. And it is an indispensable requirement for sustainable development, particularly for the developing nations such as Fiji. Fiji has ratified in the United Nations Convention to combat desertification, degradation in 1998 and is obliged and committed to addressing all land degradation activities, particularly Sustainable Development Goal 15.3, and also accelerate the achievement of other sustainable development goals. In Fiji, our delivery framework that combines top-down and bottom-up approach to facilitate communication between communities and government agencies is still rudimentary. There is need for coordinating mechanism whereby government programs are complemented and strengthened by activities of the groups of stakeholders at community level. At present, there is no existing framework by government agencies and in projects in the natural resources management sector that can work together to coordinate and collaborate on land management issues. These projects are recognized by government to be an important vehicle for delivering information and assisting to local communities because of their strong interaction with local communities. This workshop will attempt to determine a coordinating structure whereby the government agencies and supporting agencies in resources management will work together in strengthening resources owners, land users' capacities to practice sustainable land management. At the community level, resource owners and users need to be organized and empowered to plan and manage their resources in order to provide the bottom-up input necessary in interactive resources management. A mechanism to facilitate this is through the group-based concept where the resource owners and users are organized into local resource management groups, widely known as internationally as the land care groups. The land care concept is based on participatory community development approach. Experience has shown that technology alone has not improved the management of natural resource. The emphasis has therefore been placed on institutional strengthening, local decision making and building the self-reliance of the local communities. Fiji is fortunate that we have a social structure which embraces and enhances the formation of such a movement at villages, district and provincial basis. But for the resource users, such as the leaseholders, we need a lot of awareness and education to strengthen their participation and supportive role. The need to integrate and work together as a team for the benefit of the country is quite imminent. The land care approach is conducive to Fiji's social structure, where communities could work together in an integrated way to minimize land degradation, but needs a very strong and focused government support to strengthen this approach. Land care means Garavinigele in Fijian and resources management based on Sole concept, meaning working together as a group. Land care in total is looking after the land, natural resources, so that our land, natural resources can in turn look after us and sustain us. Land care is a movement of farm-led organizations supported by local government and technical facilities. It is believed that the key effective natural resource management is partnership where local people, local governments, and concerned agencies work together to address common issues and concerns. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and everyone for accepting the invitation to be part of these initiatives. With those few words, I wish all participants and facilitators fruitful and a rewarding deliberation. I now have great pleasure in declaring this important workshop on land care, preparedness and long-term planning workshop open. Vinaka Vakalevu, Dhanyawad.
And I'm from the island. Okay, the island where the Viam plant.
Thank you, my name is Ivana Zilawa. I come from one village in Rugby Town. And I'm working for
We usually identify ourselves as Regulata, and I work in the forest very
Originally from Nepal town, and
I'm originally from the land of Pillay front, and I work in the province where the Segopan Reserve is. My family.
Naka, Balvina. My name is Nani. I'm from the Crazy Soccer Town, and I serve in the number 2 Highlands.
Het is de hele partij en wel nog technologie.
State a very land that they have to meeting their needs and also without compromising the lives of the future generation. So these are the 3 expected outcomes or expected result for the 3 days workshop. And for the workshop agenda, for today's you can see in the agenda, we will go through some international obligations. It's always good to link ourselves with international obligations. For example, there is a sustainable development goals up there. And we have a different strategic plan for the climate change. These 3 important conventions that Fiji has committed to already ratified it. We have the climate change convention, we have the biodiversity convention, and we have the land degradation convention. So they'll be here today after the tea, after the morning tea, to at least enhance our broaden our knowledge on the linkages between these 2 and how does it applies to our planning, in our day planning for the activities. And they'll be here in the 4th day. And we are anticipating for each division to come up with their national land care action plan, so that we may the whole session for the workshop. Is there any questions or any clarification? So anyhow, anyone can explain to the agriculture staff what is Mura or the committees? Maybe I can give
Sustainable management for land care. Naka?
In terms of infrastructure, roads, building fences, and it helps us all understand our impact on land and water resources. It also improve the value of many areas about land care, and also urban and rural groups to better understand and help each other. And it's also supported the government in terms of assistance funds.
Goes to that extreme. Okay? So getting your information on the table, negotiating on your